As a drow, I experienced discrimination and disrespectful behavior from many. My family's rank as noble may have been the only thing that kept me from having it worse, but as a child I was angry and took out my frustration by attacking others, thieving, and even arson on those I felt wronged me. I met my husband Tulo, a half-ogre half-dragon, at the age of 112, and he introduced me to the Church of Firoti, where I learned the value of life through the teachings of death, and gave up my life of violence and crime. We married on my 180th birthday, and I took over as head of my family. Through my dealings with the port town of Sandport, and by managing the docks, I found a sense of purpose and despised the pirates. In particular, the Kraken's Bane, until its untimely demise, that is. On my 211th birthday, I knew the gods had forsaken me, as I awoke chained in a dungeon, watching corrupt town guards burning my husband alive. If only they had let him die. They kept him alive, beating and torturing him in front of me until they threw him in a freezer. A sharp blow to the back of my head knocked me unconscious, and I awoke on a raft, slightly off the coast. A note pinned to my clothes read, "Being noble does not mean you have value. Provide your value in order to be truly free." I spent the next 5 years volunteering and attempting to prove I was worthy of being considered a good person. I believe that proving this will get my husband released. But after so much time with no sign of who hurt us, and not noticing any impact to things like the corruption within the Knights and Town Guard, I snapped. I took all of the evidence that I had gathered against corrupt guards and gathered the guilty, only to punish them as my husband had been, resulting in the death of 85 law enforcement personnel. I then awaited the Paladin's arrival, knowing they would discover me, the bodies, and the evidence. After 20 years, the post-mortem trials found all 85 guilty, but also me. As punishment, I was exiled to Pallet. I continued to volunteer to help the injured animals, educate the local children, and the library run by Pius and Nick. Although I did want more in life, and I missed my husband dearly, so I walked into a drunken dragon and simply began working. Wrath didn't question it, and I was competent enough. So I was allowed to stay as a part-time employee, even getting paid above the average wage indeed. I maintained a rivalry with Nick Rath, and well, eventually even Clef was included, with the after-hours contest for strength and accuracy, although it does little to numb the pain in my heart. The idea of going on this journey to clear the high road has given me hope that perhaps I can find my husband, or at least what happened to him, or even to that, to prove my value. The governor of Pallet researched and discovered that my exile did allow me to travel the mountain freely, not just the village, including the entire length of the high road, so I did begin preparing for the journey.